You know the feeling, right? You've just spent like 800 bucks on a brand new editing tablet. You are so excited. You load up your timeline with that beautiful 4K footage, and the second you try to scrub through it, it just stutters and lags like a broken projector. And to top it all off, your shiny new tablet is so hot you could probably fry an egg on it. It is just so frustrating. It's an expensive problem, and today we are going to solve it. So, welcome to our ultimate guide to editing tablets for 2026. Look, we're gonna cut right through all the marketing hype, all the confusing spec sheets, and just give you the honest, real-world info that you actually need. Think of this as your masterclass for making one of the most important tech decisions any creator can make. Here's the game plan. We'll start by talking about that $800 nightmare so many of us have faced. Then, we're gonna go through a tablet buying syllabus to build a really solid foundation. After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, comparing the mainstream champions, watching a pro-level showdown, and then we'll really define what the best actually means before we wrap up with your final exam. Let's get into it. All right, class, settle in. Before we even look at a single product, we have to understand the fundamentals. This is our boot camp. This is the syllabus. If you can master these next 3 concepts, I promise you, you'll be able to see right past all the flashy ads and understand what really matters for your editing workflow. Okay, first up, the display technology. On the left, you've got LCD. Now, this is solid tech. You'll find it on great tablets like the iPad Air. The colors are good, but it uses a backlight to light up the whole screen. That means when something's supposed to be black, the light can kind of bleed through, making it look a bit gray. Now, on the right, we have OLED. The huge difference here is that with OLED, every single tiny pixel is its own light source. So when a pixel needs to be black, it just turns off completely. That's how you get those perfect inky blacks and that insane contrast. And trust me, that is absolutely crucial when you're color grading footage, especially HDR content. This is the pro-level tech you see in things like the iPad Pro. Next, let's talk about RAM, or random access memory. The absolute best way to think about RAM is like your tablet's workbench. It's its short-term memory. Every app you open, every 4K clip you drag onto your timeline, all of that stuff lives on this workbench while you're actively using it. So it's pretty simple. More RAM means a bigger workbench. It means you can have more apps open, stack more layers in your video edit, and scrub through that timeline without the whole thing just grinding to a halt. For editing, you want to think of 8 GB as the bare minimum, but 16 GB? That's the gold standard for any serious professional work. And our final concept is what I like to call the accessory tax. This is the sneaky, hidden cost that manufacturers just don't advertise. I mean, look at this. That $799 price for the 13-inch iPad Air M3. It looks great, right? But is that the real price to make it an editing machine? Nope. You need the Apple Pencil Pro for precise work. That's another $129. You need the Magic Keyboard for shortcuts. That's another $299. Oh, and you're definitely going to need more storage. That's another $200. And just like that, your $799 tablet has become a $1,427 workstation. It's the reality of building a complete setup, and you absolutely have to factor this into your budget. So, quick recap. The 3 pillars you absolutely have to get are: number 1, the display technology, where OLED is way better for color work. Number 2, having enough RAM, 8 gigs minimum. And number 3, always factor in the true cost of all the accessories. Got it? Good. All right, now that we've got the theory down, let's get to the fun part and look at our first group of contenders, the mainstream champions. These are the tablets that really offer the best bang for your buck, the best balance of price and performance for, honestly, the vast majority of creators out there. So kicking off our list at number 7 is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 FE. If you want to get into tablet editing, but you're on a pretty tight budget, this is your best bet. And its biggest selling point is a huge deal for new creators. The S Pen stylus is included right in the box. That saves you a pretty significant cost right from the get-go. Let's peek at the specs. It's got a solid processor, and you'll notice that 8 GB minimum of RAM we just talked about, which is great for starting out. A really cool standout feature is DeX mode, which can actually transform the whole interface into something that looks and feels like a desktop. It's perfect for juggling files and apps. And the total true cost comes out to around $650, which is just fantastic value. But there's a big trade-off. Remember what we learned? It has an LCD display. And for serious color grading, it's just not gonna cut it. The colors you see on your screen might not be what everyone else sees. Okay, moving up to number 6, we have the iPad Air M3. Now, I want you to pay close attention, class, because this is the tablet I recommend more than any other on this entire list. For most people, this right here is the sweet spot. It's that point of diminishing returns where you get almost all of the pro experience at a much, much more accessible price. And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. This quote really says it all. I mean, the M3 chip inside this thing is an absolute beast. It can easily handle 4K video editing in demanding apps like DaVinci Resolve without even breaking a sweat. It is powerful enough for pro photographers, for YouTubers, for students, you name it. This isn't just a good tablet. For most people, it's really all the tablet they will ever need. Time for a quick recap on our mainstream champs. The Galaxy Tab S10 FE? It's an excellent and really affordable starting point for beginners. But the iPad Air M3 is the true star of this category, delivering like 90% of the pro experience for a significantly lower cost. But what if good enough isn't actually enough for you? What if your job, your work, demands the absolute best? Well, then welcome to the pro-level showdown. This is where we look at the heavy hitters, the tablets that are designed for professionals who push their tools to the absolute limit. So let's bring out our first two contenders in this fight. On one side, you have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. We're calling it the Android powerhouse with that massive, gorgeous screen. And on the other side, the Microsoft Surface Pro 11, the Windows workhorse that literally brings a full desktop operating system to a tablet. This isn't just a spec comparison, you guys. This is a battle of philosophies. This table really lays out the trade-offs perfectly. Look, the Galaxy Tab gives you that incredible 14.6-inch AMOLED display. It's a massive canvas for your work, but its big weakness is the Android app ecosystem, which just isn't as strong for pro video. The Surface Pro 11, its killer feature is you can run full desktop apps like Premiere Pro, but that comes at the cost of some battery life. And then the iPad Pro M4, which we'll get to, has the best display and the best mobile chip, but its file management is a bit more limited, and yeah, it's got the highest true cost. It all comes down to what you prioritize. Let's just be brutally honest for a second. If your entire workflow depends on the full desktop version of Adobe Premiere Pro with all your custom plugins and everything, the Surface Pro 11 is your only real choice here, period. If you want the most powerful and beautifully optimized mobile apps like DaVinci Resolve for iPad or Final Cut Pro, then you have to get the iPad Pro M4. And if your absolute top priority is just having a massive, gorgeous screen for photo editing, the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra's display is just unmatched, but you have to be okay with its software limitations for pro video. Okay, let's recap that showdown. Making a pro-level choice is all about trade-offs. You just can't have it all in one device. The Surface gives you those desktop apps. The Galaxy gives you that huge screen size. And the iPad Pro gives you the absolute best display and mobile performance. And that brings us to our final section before the big exam. We're going to define the best. Because, as we're about to see, the top spot on this list isn't just awarded to a single piece of hardware. No, it's about the entire, fully configured ecosystem all working together in perfect harmony. So, surprise, our top two spots both go to the iPad Pro M4, but for very different types of people. At number 2, we've got the 11-inch model. I want you to think of this as the portable weapon. It has the exact same powerful M4 chip and display tech as its bigger brother, but it's way lighter, making it the perfect choice for creators who edit on the go, on set, or just in a coffee shop. But at number 1, we have the 13-inch model. But, and this is so critical, it's the 1 terabyte version. This is the ultimate studio. You get more screen real estate, faster internal storage, and crucially, that's how you get the full 16 gigabytes of RAM to handle the most demanding multi-layered 8K projects without any compromise. Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. For that much money, why not just get a laptop? And that is a totally fair question. This quote really gets to the heart of the answer. A tablet workflow is it's fundamentally different. The ability to directly touch your timeline, to use a pencil for super precise rotoscoping, or to literally hold a screen in your hands to color grade right there on set, these are unique advantages a traditional laptop just can't give you. It's a different, more tactile, more intimate way of creating. And one last recap on our winners. While that 11-inch Pro is the undisputed champion of portability, it's the fully spec'd 13-inch Pro with its 1 terabyte of storage and that all-important 16 gigs of RAM that is the true, uncompromised winner for raw editing performance. All right, class is almost over. We've covered the core concepts, we've analyzed all the contenders, and we have crowned a winner. So now, it's time for your final exam. But don't worry, this isn't about me testing you. This is about giving you the tools to test yourself and make the absolute best decision for your needs and for your budget. And this brings us to it, The single most important question you have to ask yourself before you spend a single dollar, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Do you actually need a tablet for editing, or do you really need a laptop? If you're always on the move, doing on-set color checks, and you really value that touch and pencil workflow, then yeah, a tablet is for you. But if you primarily edit at a desk and you just need maximum power for long renders and complex plugins, a laptop is probably the smarter choice. Don't buy a tool for the workflow you imagine you'll have. Buy it for the workflow you actually have. And here it is, your final cheat sheet. This table summarizes everything we have talked about today. You can see each tablet, who it's best for, and that super important true cost for a full setup. Go ahead and pause here, take a screenshot. This is your quick reference guide to help you remember the key takeaways for every device on our list. All right, to wrap up our revision class, here are 5 questions to test your knowledge. Number 1, what's the main